So, I actually just got back from a run and I'm sitting outside and there's a park across the street from me and people can definitely see me talking to my thing right now. Anyways, hi. I don't really know what I'm going to make this video about, but I felt like randomly filming and I actually have time, which is rare for me, so I just started filming. So today at one of my jobs, I was talking to a guy I work with, and you know, he asked me what I like to do for fun outside of, working. And I said reading and writing, and at first he joked around about how like a nerd I was, and I was like, yeah, I know. But then I was actually really surprised because he said he liked to read. And I was like, okay, like, what do you like? He's like, well, I like mostly, like, action things. I was like, okay. He goes, and I do like some, like, teen books, too. Like, I even read those Mortal Instruments books. And I was, like, so surprised because it's hard to find guys who read young adult. And I don't know if I've actually ever met a guy who did in real life. So I understandably got a little too excited about the fact that he read teen books, because then I exclaimed that I loved to read teen books and that actually what I wanted to write was for young adult fiction. It made me realize how I really don't know anyone who reads young adult that are male, like at all. And I think that's just so sad. I really think that guys are somehow under this impression that it's not cool or like to read something about like a girl's point of view, or they couldn't relate to it, and yet girls have no problem reading from guys' point of views. I just wish that more guys read young adult, especially because most of the time when I do talk about my writing to guys, they're like interested in the fact they don't really know many people that are like trying to become an author, but like, and they think it's cool, but they can't really relate on a personal level when I start talking about young adult fiction. And unfortunately, most people, when they hear that it's young adult fiction, think more like children fiction, or that it's like not as important or it's easier. I need to just get over it and not care, but it still does bother me a little bit when people think that by reading young adult, I'm like reading things that are like not as good or not as complex or not as deep as some of the adult novels. And it still really bothers me that when it comes to my writing, people like kind of assume that young adult writing is a lot easier, and I don't really think any kind of writing is just like straight up easy. Writing any kind of book is it's really fun, but it's really hard and it's really difficult as well, and I need to get over it and not care, like I do most things. No. I think the biggest thing is that people don't even give it a chance. People have way too many assumptions going into young adult, thinking it's too young or too this or too girly or too surface or not deep enough or doesn't deal with real issues, or the writing's too simplistic. Granted, the writing between adult and young adult usually are very different, but that's kind of the thing, is just completely different styles. I think a lot of people think that sort of this first person point of view seems a lot more easier than maybe like if they're used to reading like adult fantasy, which can be extremely complex. But I definitely don't think one is easier than the other. They definitely are just completely different styles. I definitely find writing third person harder, and I enjoy writing first person a lot more. But my sister-in-law, she writes and she prefers to write in third person, and she finds writing in first person a lot harder. So I guess it just depends. Probably also goes on what you are used to reading or seeing. I know I need to get past it, and I don't know where this video is going. I'm just kind of rambling. It was just, I got back from my run and I just wasn't ready to go inside, so I was like, let's just film a video. I have to go make dinner now. So, and I'm starving and need water and I'm dying. So, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys.